Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review and Forex Briefing for the 1st of December 2022. We had to go at a race yesterday, so Wednesday the 30th. We're at Dundalk on the all-weather at 3:30. We had to go at this, number 3 fast track, which came fourth at 4-1, which was quite an awful result for us. We had the first 3 places at 1.414 to 1. At £1 per £8 unit, so it's £100 place bet for us, and we also had £2 win at 6.4 to 1, which and the eventual price came down to 4 to 1. So we did pretty well on the execution. But we didn't do well on the actual result. So we had £3 per £8 unit of risk, which represents 0.375 exposure of a unit in £8 terms. So we lost £300 then. And what went on there? Well, that horse we thought had a very good chance. It had a £10 claim. It was switching from UK decent Grade 1 tracks, Newmarket, Newbury, and then had a third run at Nottingham. But the key thing was when we watched the reruns, and this is a very important point you might want to take on board if you wish to improve your general racing knowledge or depending on what you're up to. We looked at those races and they're straight courses, the Newbury and Newmarket, and we couldn't see a vital ingredient of this horse, this fast track. And the main problem with this horse is it's a paddler, and we've talked about this a little bit before, and it's worth talking about now. We didn't pick it up in the 3 runs because the camera angles weren't suitable, but as soon as it went on this Dundalk 6 furlong round the bend, we could see that it was a dreadful paddler. And what does that mean? Well, basically, if you watch its action, watch the Dundalk race for yesterday if you get the chance, and you'll see as it's coming around the bend, it's doing like almost a flick with its front legs at the knee, and this is a classic paddle action, and it's really not a good sign for a dirt horse. If you're in the market for a horse, or just generally you want to improve your betting, then avoid paddlers at all costs, really, because of this action. They don't have this straight a moving sort of action, which ultimately means that they don't fulfill their potential. And if you watch that horse come round the bend, it's got one of the strongest paddles we've seen for some time. As soon as we saw that, we knew we were stuffed. But anyway, that's by the by. We used to go racing, and we could have hooked that probably watching the horses go down to the start. But we don't go racing anymore, and as such, we have to lump the coverage that we get from the reruns. So anyway, that's where we are. So the count came down a little bit to plus 57.50 units in profit overall. But as we said, watch out for this paddler, and that's really all we can say about that. So we'll stop it there and we'll write up the next section. Right, we're back. We've written up today's racing then. So for Thursday the 1st to 12th, there's a race of interest which is in Median, UAE, United Arab Emirates. It's the 2 o'clock maiden all-weather, 3-year-old plus 6 furlong. You've got number 3 Billy Howell and number 8 Mischief Moon, which is an FTO, first time outer. They are of interest. The over round stupid on Betfair at the moment. It's 240 odd %. We're not going to bet it, but we thought we'd pass it on anyway. They're the 2 of interest in that race if you want to have a look. But the rest of the racing is very scrappy and pretty awful. Right, so what's going on in the Forex market? Well, you got 0700 German T1 retail sales coming out, but the key trigger data is this 1500 US Tier 1 ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index. Now, it's expected to come in at less than 50, and that's the vulnerability. Now, Powell basically threw a big spanner in yesterday in the briefing or minutes or whatever it was meeting, where he basically started saying they were going to slow down the rate of interest rates increases. So the market took this as full risk on. Equities up, dollar down, all the usual. Yield, US 10-year yields down, gold liked it, oils mixed, and as we said, equities liked it. Now, there's normally a strong transmission through equities and the dollar yen. You normally get a situation where the dollar yen, the dollar comes up and the yen weakens due to the carry trade, and what's happened is this dollar yen has been sold off, and the yen is strengthened up across the board this morning, and the likelihood is we're going to see positioning change at 1500. You get tomorrow is non-farm payrolls, and so we're looking to put in a buy order on the dollar yen at about just prior to 1500. This data coming out, this ISM data. So the likelihood is that the market's vulnerable to an above 50 on the ISM, which will start making them think that inflation isn't done yet, and we don't think inflation is done yet, and the likelihood is the dollar will get a kick up the pants on the up. And the old transmission of the dollar yen has been messed up recently due to the dollar strength and the fact that the yen was just dropping naturally instead of off the back of transmissions. So because of dollar strength over the last month or so. So we're going to see hopefully a bounce in the dollar at 3 o'clock, and we're going to try and capitalise on that. Now the volatility for dollar yen is about 150 as far as we're concerned on our modelling, 400 being the top and 100 being the minimum. Gives us about a 38% volatility figure, so it's on the low side, so it shouldn't go too mad, which will affect your affect your position sizes. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to stick in about a 10 point pip buy order, a couple of minutes before 1500, and if we get a good bounce, we'll ride it, and if we don't get filled or the data's not suitable, we'll chop it out. So that's what we're up to. And then there's this race in UAE of interest, but it's they're not doing us any favours on the overround. And yesterday, as I said, we had this paddler, which didn't do us any favours either. Came fourth with 3 places, which is the final insult really. But anyway, that's all part of the learning process. So anyway, if you're a new subscriber, welcome, and hopefully we'll start performing for everybody very shortly. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.